Good morning, I'm Danielle Knox, and you're watching The Balancing Act. We are original, informative, intelligent, and entertaining. We illuminate new ways for women to achieve success in all areas of their lives. So keep watching and stay informed. All right, we are so excited because the holidays are here, and it seems we really do spend more time on all those to-do lists than we do just enjoying all our friends and family, right?
That's right.
And so to help you out, we've got hot tips for the cool season that are guaranteed to speed up your holiday prep time.
We like those hot tips, don't we, Danielle? And to show us some time-saving tricks, we've got the stylist to the stars, Annie Jagger, back in the studio today with some great holiday advice. Welcome back, Annie.
Thanks for having me.
It's always great to have you here.
Absolutely.
Oh,
we are so glad you're here with us because you are really like the stylist extraordinaire to the stars. You've really styled just a who's who of Hollywood. We're talking about Brittany Murphy, Eva Longoria, Natasha Bedingfield, just to name a few.
Yep.
The pressure's got to be on you because you've got to make sure these girls look great at all times, and you've got to do it in a hurry.
Yes, time is of the essence. It definitely is even more hectic around the holidays with all the red carpet events and all the parties on top of it. So there's a few must-have things that I have essentially in my kit that help me get through things quickly.
You know, when we're wearing different outfits and that sort of thing, we've really got to be conscious about that because we're on the go, traveling back and forth. We're going to party to party to party.
One of the things that I feel people tend to pull out during the holidays is their really nice silky dresses, their party dresses. I suggest spraying the silky little numbers with a little bit of Static Guard, and then spraying your undergarments before you put them on as well, so that you don't have that clingy, sticky situation.
Now, Annie, what about packing for holiday travel? Because we tend to have such a wide variety of stuff in our suitcases, everything from the really nice silky holiday dresses to the really nice flannel that keeps us warm and cozy. Exactly.
I suggest spraying a little Static Guard in the suitcase as you're about to close it up, because that will help everything from not sticking to one another. You know, we have a lot of fleece and flannel, different things. You can just spray a little bit on each one of these things too before you pack them, because it'll help, you know, your sweater lint from sticking to the flannel.
That's true.
And the flannel sticking to the puller fleece, and you never know.
And with sheets and everything else, you could spray in between there. That would be
you
great.
can spray it in between the sheets, especially if you have flannel sheets, so you don't get shocked.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Well, I'm a great one to entertain during the holidays, but I got to tell you, both of you, I suffer from tinsel trauma. Okay, I mean, it's always fun to decorate with this, but it just gets everywhere.
And it's such a fun thing to have around during the holidays.
Yeah.
But one thing I can recommend is you can turn the lights off on your decorated Christmas tree, spray it with a little Static Guard, and it should stop that problem. It will stop those tinsels from jumping out and grabbing you as you walk by. It's a great trick.
What about the packing peanuts? Because I love getting gifts, open them up, and every time I see these peanuts, I almost want to close it up.
Yeah.
They get everywhere.
Like
they get all over my house. They get all over my kids. Peanuts. I want to just put them in the box and send them away to Grandma's house. But what can we do?
Well, you can spray a little bit of Static Guard on the box as you open it on the peanuts, so that they kind of stay in place and they don't have so much static cling. They don't get stuck to everything. They stay in one place. You can also spray it before you send it to somebody too, and that Static Guard will keep those peanuts in place when they open all. They're
be a great idea just to drop that in the peanuts to make sure that they could spray whatever.
Great stocking stuffer.
Exactly. And great stocking stuffer as well, right?
Yes.
Where can we go for more information?
You can go to mystaticguard.com, and you can see more tips for the home and also fashion tips from me.
She's got some of the best tips.
She does.
Really, really
Let
does.
me tell you, the best tip you gave me is I know what I'm getting Miss Kathy for Christmas, for the holidays.
Yeah.
Happy holidays early, my dear.
Thank you very much, Danielle.
You are welcome.
Happy holidays to you as well.
Thank you. Don't forget to get me something.
I will.
Okay. Annie, thank you for being with us this morning on The Balancing Act. You really help make our lives a lot easier with all of these wonderful tips as we approach the holidays.
Thank you.
Thank you. Miss part of our show? We have the videos of all our segments online. Just visit www.thebalancingact.com. Our guest today has been gracing the movie and television screens since the 70s and is still going strong. Now, you've probably seen her strutting her stuff on stage on Dancing with the Stars, and recently she appeared in the TV movie Dear Prudence. No doubt actress Jane Seymour's career is still in high gear. She is here with us now this morning to share some of her tips on staying young and keeping fit at any age. Hi, Jane.
Hi there.
You know, Jane, we constantly hear that there are no roles available for actresses over 40. So what's the secret to your success in getting all these new projects?
Well, there aren't very many roles for women over 40 because it's, very much a young, youth-oriented world. And for some reason, I think they, want to sell products and things on television to the 20-somethings. But there are some roles, and I guess I've just been going out and auditioning. And so whereas I think I could have ended up in the, she used to play leading ladies, but she's not doing that anymore. I kind of show that I can play a lot of variety of different characters.
Well, Jane, you are a baby boomer and one of more than 66 million Americans who suffer, of course, from aches and soreness and pain in their joints. What activities of yours have been affected by this discomfort?
I found that if I wanted to exercise, I wanted to do things that were healthy for me. I had to make sure that I was taking care of my body so that it could, keep up with all those, different strengthening exercises. And so I take supplements. I take Move Free Advanced. I take that specifically for mobility. And that's, of course, glucosamine and chondroitin. And it has a couple of other ingredients. That's why I use that particular brand.
So your activities haven't been hindered by your joint pain?
No, funnily enough, they weren't. And that was where I was, so excited. And that's why, I thought, well, I should tell people that this really helps, because it did help. There are a lot of things you take that are instant, if it's a pain remedy or something like that, and that's not what this is about. This is something that's long-term, something that you do now for the rest of your life. Every day I'll take 2 of these, and I know that if I do that, then I'll be more comfortable when I play golf, or I play tennis, or I dance, or even if I'm sitting in an airplane for 11 hours and then I get up, I know I'm not going to have as much pain, or I'm not going to have, the kind of achy kind of thing, not like serious pain, but achy stuff.
Here's one thing I've always wondered for actresses who reach a certain age. How have your acting roles changed over the years?
Well, I've always managed to kind of change it up and do different kinds of roles. A lot of actresses end up playing the same role, and I've been really consciously showing that I could play a lot of different characters. So someone a long time ago called me a character actress in spite of herself. So.
Well, Jane, the show is called The Balancing Act. What do you do personally to help balance your own life between your career, your family, your lifestyle, your home, your health, and your financial matters?
Well, I have a great partner in my husband, James Keech. He's terrific. And we really, do everything together. We balance one another out, literally. I help my husband with our production company. We come up with movies and ideas. And when it comes to parenting, we have pretty good kids, but we keep a really tight rein on them. And we parent together. We do everything together, pretty much.
Well, where can we go to get more information?
If you go to www.makeyourmovewithfreedom.com, you can hear all about the supplements and all about what I do to stay fit. And if you want to know any more about my life, you can go to janeseymour.com, and it's all there.
Well, Jane, thank you so much for inspiring us to move with freedom and do what we love.
Thank you, Danielle.
Did you know that carrots are known to greatly enhance blood flow to the eyes? It's easy to remember because a sliced carrot looks like the human eye. Cut up some carrots and have them washed and ready in your fridge to grab when you get hungry instead of empty calorie foods like cookies or cake.
Well, if you're a new mom or a mom-to-be, you are most likely heavily involved in planning and preparing for your little ones so that they're safe, secure, and healthy when they arrive and in the future. But in your preparing, you might have forgotten one responsibility that could really be the most important one of your life: purchasing adult life insurance. So here to make it all easy and help explain all of this is David Fear, Vice President of Gerber Life Insurance Company, and Becky Rundles, a new first-time mom. Congratulations, Becky.
Thank you.
And welcome to you, David.
Thank you.
I didn't know that Gerber did life insurance. We all know you as the baby food company.
Well, Gerber Products, which started about 80 years ago, is in the baby food business. And about 40 years ago, they created Gerber Life Insurance Company. And basically, they created us to really focus on new parents and young moms and making sure we can provide them with life insurance products that really are affordable. So we've been in business now since about 1967.
Okay. Well, you know, and I know for you, Becky, in preparing for the arrival of your child, life insurance wasn't really something that you had thought about previously. Why hadn't you purchased adult life insurance?
Well, we did think about it, but it was as the delivery date approached, and then the baby came, and we were busy being new parents, and it was just really confusing to decide what to do. We did a lot of research online, and we also asked family and friends, and what we found is that there are a lot of choices, and this is a big decision for us. We want to make sure we make the right one.
So, Becky, what kinds of questions were going through your mind as you were trying to find the right plan for your family?
Well, we knew we needed life insurance, but we weren't sure how much we needed and what we needed it for. And both of us, my husband and I, we have a little bit of life insurance through our employers. So we weren't sure if that was enough or if we needed to supplement that. And then you have all the different types of plans and choices. So it was overwhelming.
And so when you sit here next to someone like David, who obviously has a wealth of experience in this field, David, what can you tell Becky in order to make her decision-making process just a little bit easier?
Well, buying life insurance can be very, very confusing. And certainly there's lots of questions you need to get through and to understand. But the first question you got to ask yourself is, what do I need the life insurance for? And what you find is most times people buy life insurance because it's a reasonable way to buy something that you can afford that will provide your family with income if you should die prematurely. It's also a way to pay off debts, and it's a way to pay for a funeral.
How do you know how much life insurance you need?
Well, there are lots of ways to calculate how much life insurance you need. One way to do it is to take the amount of income that you earn each year, multiply that by 3 or 5 times, and buy that amount of life insurance. Another way to do it is to figure out how much debt you have, your mortgage, home equity loan, car loans, those things, add it all up and buy that amount of life insurance.
We want to purchase the policy that's right for us. How do we go about doing that?
Well, basically, there's 2 types of life insurance. There's term and there's permanent. Term insurance usually goes from 10 to 30 years, and at the end of that period of time, the insurance ends. Permanent insurance is typically whole life insurance, and with whole life insurance, what you're going to find is it's going to cover your whole life. Now, term insurance is going to be less expensive because it's only for a shorter period of time. Whole life will be a little bit more expensive, covering your whole life, but what you're going to find with whole life insurance is the premium's never going to increase.
How do we know, though, which company we should buy life insurance from? Because I know I get flyers in the mail all the time.
Yeah, I think what you want to focus on is a company that's rated A or better, excellent, like Gerber Life. But you also want to find a company that you're comfortable with, a company that's going to listen to your situation and come up with a recommendation that really fits your needs.
All right, good advice, Becky. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, David. So where can we go for more information?
Well, you can go to gerberlife.com or you can call us. Our phone number's on our website, and we have people there who are really ready to help you and learn about your situation and make a good recommendation.
Well, thanks to you both for being here with us this morning. Congratulations once again on the new baby.
Great.
Join our online community by logging on to thebalancingact.com and clicking on the Multiply banner. Interact with the show producers, discuss features you've seen, and you'll have some great conversation starters.
Well, you know, families are gathering around the dinner table more often these days because it allows busy moms the chance to put the focus back on their family time. Time away from the business meetings and the yoga workouts and soccer practices. Time to take comfort in some real family bonding. Maybe that's why the best family dinners are called comfort foods. Joining me now is Kathy Peterson, and today we are speaking with busy working mom Dina Clark. Hey, Dina.
Hi, Dina. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Danielle,
Yes,
when I
ma'am.
say comfort food, what comes into mind?
Chocolate, and did I say chocolate dipped in chocolate?
Double, triple chocolate. You're making me so hungry. I think of cheeseburgers.
Oh, yummy.
And, you know, just family time around the table, that kind of thing. But, Dina,
Absolutely.
what do you think of when we say comfort foods?
You know, for me, I guess comfort food is comfort food that my mom used to make, you know? Foods that we used to eat sitting around the table, which happens so rare these days.
That's true.
Encore, the frozen dinners encore, the family entrees, those are comfort foods in our home because they're foods that everybody agrees on. They're made with homemade ingredients. They use real cheese in the chicken parmesan.
Yummy.
And I researched it, and they've been around 60 years.
Oh, wow.
They were one of the original, frozen food companies that made food for the entire family.
How does this play into our lives as busy moms? Because we're always on the go, but still you got to get home and get dinner on the table. How does this help in that?
For me, I'm constantly on the go, and just to know that there's something there in the home, in the freezer, that I can just pull out, and it's good, it's nutritious, the family's going to love it, there's not going to be any argument, everybody loves it, so it's very, very convenient.
So Dina, tell us a little bit about your husband and how this food fits into his lifestyle.
Well, my husband is Italian.
Okay.
So for him, he loves the lasagna, the chicken parmesan, the veal parmesan, and the fact that it has real cheese in it, it's perfect because he doesn't know. A lot of times it came from the freezer. It's like, what are we having tonight, honey? Lasagna, and it's great because he's so busy and he loves it. So for me, it's a no-brainer.
Where can people actually pick up Encore?
You can get Encore frozen entrees right in your freezer section at your local supermarket.
Yeah.
Or for more information, I found it really helpful to go online, www.encore.com, and everything's there, all the varieties and all the information you need.
Well, Dina, we do appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're a busy person with virtually no time to shop for a present for your favorite aunt, let alone a meaningful personal one. How about creating a high-quality custom photo book in just minutes on your computer? It's fun, and you might just have time to stop and smell the flowers.
Want to see one of your favorite Balancing Act segments again? It's easy. Just log on to thebalancingact.com. Current statistics from the CDC state that aside from non-melanoma skin cancer, breast cancer is the most common form of cancer in women and is the second leading cause of cancer deaths. Listen to these statistics. Over 186,000 women were diagnosed with breast cancer and 40,954 women died from breast cancer last year, Maribel.
It's just devastating. And here today to give us more information about a new test that can help detect if breast cancer has spread to the lymph nodes is Dr. Peter Blumenkrantz, Medical Director of Breast Health Services from More Implant Needs Healthcare. Doctor, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us.
What should a woman who has been diagnosed with breast cancer know?
Well, the first thing that happens when they come in with a new diagnosis is they're very frightened, needless to say. And they want to know what their chances are, whether this is spread. Unfortunately, we don't have a simple blood test to tell us whether it's spread, so we rely on the pathologist telling us the tumor size and, most importantly, whether lymph nodes under the arm called axillary lymph nodes are involved. And so our ability to assess those nodes is most important. Typically, we used to take all those nodes out, but there are side effects from big surgery like that, such as permanent arm swelling, which is undesirable.
Doctor, the GeneSearch breast lymph node assay was named one of the top 10 medical breakthroughs in 2007 by Time magazine. This is just the chemicals that are used. But how does this test differ from those you've done in the past?
Traditionally, most hospital laboratories will do a frozen section on a lymph node. They take each node that's removed, and then they'll take a little slice on a slide, freeze it, and stain it. But they're looking at a very small amount of lymph node, and if they miss the disease, only to come out on the final pathology, which turns up a few days later, it could mean coming back for a second surgery to remove those nodes under the arm to check all of them. With the new assay, we get on a molecular-based test to look at fully 50% of the node and get a result back within 30 to 35 minutes.
So, doctor, talk to us about the results of this test.
Well, the nice part about the molecular assay, GeneSearch assay, is that it evaluates fully 50% of the node instead of just a slice or two. The way we cut the nodes is to actually slice the node like a loaf of bread, and every other slice is homogenized, put in the blender, so to speak, and run through this very neat new technology molecular assay. We still, though, have the alternating slices, so to speak, which are saved and processed with a standard kind of pathology. So actually, the patient gets the benefit of the molecular test in the operating room, but still get the backup in the other 50% of the node, some of which is sampled on so-called permanent section, which comes out 2 or 3 days later.
How has this technology really helped these women and help your practice?
The biggest difference is we have very few patients now going back for a second operation. And the other benefit is if this assay on half the node comes back negative, we can say with a great deal of confidence to the patient your nodes are truly negative.
Which is great.
Absolutely.
Is there additional information that patients should be aware of?
I think it's always important, of course, to see what's appropriate for you from your own healthcare professional. Whether you're a candidate for sentinel node biopsy, If you have it done, is it appropriate for you to have other nodes removed at the same time? And those are individual questions. But I think in terms of the assay itself, like all medical tests, every test out there has false positives and false negatives, meaning negative would be a situation where the assay or test of whatever it is doesn't call the problem, and a false positive, it says there's a cancer and it's not real and you could have unnecessary surgery. The science behind this is very substantial, though, to try to minimize those issues.
Doctor, how do we find out more information? And more importantly, if a woman out there is interested, a trained doctor to perform this test?
Well, the company that produces this, Veridex, has a website. And there are two different things you can get from that. One would be a patient information sort of Q&A or booklet answering commonly asked questions, and the other would be sites where this is clinically available. And the third thing, which I think is always important, is speak to your healthcare professional. The patient's own oncologist is the best source of information.
Good advice.
Thank you, doctor, so much.
Thanks for being with us this morning on The Balancing Act.
Thank you.
Create a nutritious diet for your aging parent if you're taking care of them, because they have different dietary needs than you or your kids might have. Stay in contact with their doctor to reveal any new allergies or conflicts with medications, and work together to create an interesting and healthy diet for your parent that is not only beneficial, but tasty too. I'm Danielle Knox, and thanks for joining me this morning on The Balancing Act. Tomorrow, don't miss our inspiring, creative, and innovative ideas. We're dedicated to creating solutions for women facing today's greatest challenges. We'll see you then.